Good afternoon to all of you. Thank you, Mushtaq, for this invitation for this wonderful conference. Um, the first question that was posed was mandatory e-filing. I just want to emphasize and perhaps pause for a second on the word mandatory. And the reason why I do this is this. A few years ago, when we were trying in the initial phases of rolling out mandatory e-filing, we had an interaction with the bar. And the bar members looked at us and said, mandatory e-filing. How can you mandate it on us? You can't mandate it on us. So there are two schools of thoughts and perhaps two ways by which one would proceed. One is you take a tough stand and trust it on them. You roll it out and you smoothen the processes along the way, and somewhere in due course of time, it happens. The second is you find out how best they can be eased into the system. And I think the Madras High Court has had experience in both. As far as the district is concerned, we have been very successful in rolling out e-filing. We are almost 100% there. And that is because we told our district judges, we want this done, we would like this done. We will give you support to the best extent possible in terms of providing the processes, obtaining the infrastructure and the resources from the state. When I say resources, human resources, as well as other resources in terms of hardware, monetary resources, support systems, etc. But find your own ways of doing it. And the trick there perhaps is to give them an incentive in terms of, this is a suggestion which we have made, which is still at the stage of the rules committee. But we want to include in their annual confidential report a column to say how many of them are tech savvy, how many of them have been able to implement e-filing in their courts. Once they know that this translates into something which is tangible, and the judges know that there is somebody is watching to see how successful you have been, that will make a difference. And so when we put this kind of a pressure, sorry, it's not a nice word, but persuasive, thank you. The persuasiveness, quote unquote, on them, they rise to the occasion. What they did is, some of the judges, this is the feedback that we get. They say, if your case is e-filed, we'll give you priority in the court. So they find ways to incentivize people to file. So as far as the districts go, we took this approach. As far as the High Court goes, we have not been very successful. Our e-filing is only about 10% mandatory. And there are difficulties in this. As Honorable Justice Mehta said, we insist that even though you e-file, you also give us a physical copy, which in fact defeats the entire purpose of it. Now, having said so, Madras High Court is poised well as far as e-filing is concerned. And I would like to share some statistics as on for the month of February 28 to 2026. Our total filings, both in the district court and in the High Court, were 1,64,037. And out of the total number, the number of cases e-filed in the High Court was 4,205, and in the district, 70,257, making it a total of 74,462 out of 1,64,037. So that's a good figure. And in fact, the last month before this, we were top of the line. In February, I'm given to understand we have slipped to the second position. So we must be doing something right. Our IT registrar, Mr. A.S. Ravi, is here. And I would like to just introduce him to the August gathering here. And I would also like to thank him for having supported us with these statistics and all the other material that I have on hand. So as far as the High Court is concerned, we are still evolving the methods by which we could increase the 10% to a more respectable figure. And one thing that I would suggest is response time. If there is an issue that crops up in the course of e-filing, and if the registry brings it to that particular judge and says, as far as your portfolio is concerned, there was this difficulty, response time is very important. How soon the judge is able to understand the issue, escalate it. If the judge concerned is not tech savvy themselves, how soon they are able to understand, assimilate it, escalate it to the technical team or to the e-committee and find a resolution. That is key. That is for the first question.
Yes, Nia.
The filing is done through the e-Seva Kendras. We have about 315 e-Seva Kendras. We have people on hand to ensure that whatever are the difficulties that are there are quickly and efficiently gotten over. If they happen from private homes or offices, then if there is anything that is escalated to the level of the section, then yes, there are people in the section that can help them. In the district court complexes also, we have a team of assistants who will be able to assist them for any issues that arise.
There's a help desk kind of address.
Yes. So once it is filed, an e-filing number is generated, very akin to what Allahabad has. We have an e-filing number too, and that is at the stage prior to defects, which is done manually. The passing is done manually at the stage of which they look for defects. If anything is to be amended, corrected, that is done. That usually happens within 24 hours, and then an SR number, and then a number is given, serial register number, and then a number is given. At that stage, technically, the matter is ripe to be listed. Now, where it takes time is a scanning. That's where it takes time. So normally, if I were to file a matter today, it would be ready to be listed tomorrow. But if it is a matter involving voluminous compilations, case law compilations, documents, etc., that is where it takes time. So if it is a matter where there is some urgency, then the counsel would make a mention before the court and ask for an out-of-turn listing slip. And the court normally obliges, if they are able to establish urgency, you issue the slip, which means that it gets put on a fast track. The matter gets put on a fast track, they scan it, complete it, and then bring it. So that's how the processes are. But our processes are quasi, they are not
completely automatic.
They are not
You still
completely.
have the hybrid model, which you
We have a hybrid model, and we have our passing officers who go through every paper. See, as far as AI is concerned, our team has developed a couple of softwares. We have not been able to integrate it as yet because they are pending approvals at various stages. One is called an integrated bail management system, which has various facets of bail hearings and how it would go from filing of the bail application right up to the time the bail order is issued. We want to integrate it with the jails and the police stations. Now, in fact, we have developed that module, which is pending before the Honorable Supreme Court E-Committee for its approval. The second module that has been developed by us is for an
We have already, I pointed out in
Number one, my lord. Number two, my lord, we are giving
infrastructural strength,
number two, my
meaning
lord.
thereby capable of 40 Gbps throughput. Until this is there, we are already said we are having this issue, but
ma'am.
this is an infrastructure.
Another
We are
matter.
preparing a roadmap for e-filing.
Yes, another, my lord. Another, my lord, we are giving free scanning to the councils, my lord. Free scanning through e-Seva Kendra, my lord, we are giving to the councils, my lord. Previously, we are giving e-filing also, we have done, my lord. Now e-filing has been gradually stopped, my lord.